Hi, I'm Damon Campbell with Music'sMyLife.com here at the Blind Pig in Ann Arbor with a very special guest. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Kushed God, Smoke DZA.
And Smoke DZA, you certainly didn't become the Kushed God overnight. In fact, it all goes back to once upon a time at the Grant Projects with your friend James.
Yeah, it did happen. It happened like that.
Do you remember anything from that day? Or?
We got real high, ate Cheetos. I was high for a long time. It was like one of my first times smoking.
Yeah.
That I can remember. I was really high.
And here you are as the Kushed God.
Yeah, I'm at the Kushed God right now.
And in terms of rap, it all goes back to, rewriting Biggie songs when you were younger. And the first one was actually Mo Money, Mo Problems.
Right, it was.
Speaking of Mo Money, Mo Problems, featured on that was Mace, a fellow Harlem rapper of yours.
Right.
Did you used to run into him at Footlocker back in the day?
Yeah, all the time.
What do you remember from that?
I just remember I used to always see him with bags. And I used to see him so much that he started to recognize me where he head nod me.
Really?
So yeah, I used to see Mace a lot when I was a kid.
Have you ever run into him recently now that you've got your upstart or no?
Not since I was a kid.
Oh, okay. It's no secret that you're a huge wrestling fanatic. And in your memorabilia, you actually have a wrestling wrap-up magazine signed by Sting and Missy Hyatt. Do you remember how that all came about, or no?
I actually got that from a wrestling convention that I went to with Peter Rosenberg.
Oh, really?
Me and Peter Rosenberg do a lot of geek wrestling shit.
Right.
And I was at an indie event, and they had memorabilias and shit that they was selling, and I happened to pick that up. It was a good catch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your parents were also into wrestling up until Roddy Piper's first retirement.
Yeah.
Was your dad also a DJ?
Yeah, he was. He wasn't like a real DJ, but he DJ in the house and DJ for family events and shit.
Oh, really?
But his fucking record collection is out of this world.
I believe it.
And he used to play a lot of oldies and shit.
Did he ever play some Al Green for your mom?
Al Green, Marvin Gaye, and then he'll fuck with the soca, listen to Sparrow, and fuck with Bob Marley, do shit like that.
Nice. Keeping it in the family, you've become recognized by a certain ad-lib of yours, and you actually picked up on that from your relatives, right?
Yeah, I picked up on that from my descendants. Just the accent with everything, like how, we'll be like, yeah, right. They'll be like, right. So kind of stuck with that. Took it as and ran with it as I
Yeah. And you have a family of your own at home, and it's my understanding that your wife, Janelle, is a fantastic cook.
Fuck.
But unfortunately, you're a lot of times out and about, so you gotta, eat on the go and stuff. Yeah. That being said, on this tour, have you been able to avoid going back to any crystals?
Oh, I'm never going back to crystals.
And why is that?
Never, because I had a bad experience of crystals with Big Crit a few years ago, and I vowed to never eat something that'll come out your body like that. So
just didn't settle right.
Nah, it's impressive you even knew my wife's name. That's kind of scary.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah.
In Harlem, there's all sorts of places to eat, obviously. But specifically, would you recommend the broiled salmon from Delvin's Fish and Chips?
Devins. Yeah, broiled salmon from Devins. That's my thing. Go see my man Tone at Devins, 148th and St. Nick. If you in Harlem, go get that. Branson got juice right next door. Go get you one of those.
And that reminds me, do you also know a guy who used to fish in the East River and then sell it on the corner, the fish, on 123rd or something?
Yeah, they still do shit like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, summertime you get clams and fucking oysters and shrimp and shit like that from over there.
Have you ever bought any of that?
No, I'm not into that type of shit.
Okay.
I might fuck. I think I fucked with some shrimp recently though.
Okay.
Some shellfish. It was cool.
And beverages obviously tend to go hand in hand with food. What's the significance of Snoop Dogg's Gin and Juice? Oh,
that was the first cassette tape I've ever bought. First rap cassette tape I've ever purchased on bootleg.
Do you still have it at all? Because I looked online. Oh, really? I looked online, and I guess it's going for $200 on Amazon.
Get the fuck
used.
Out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit's long gone, man. I wish I did.
Right.
Been a quick 200.
Speaking of that, what can you tell people about The Color of Money?
Oh, Color of Money. That was my first mixtape with my friend Numbers.
Back
I was
when
a part
you
of
guys
a group
were.
named Smoking Numbers,
Yeah.
and that was our first mixtape, hosted by Big Mike, and we called it The Color of Money, and that was like, that was our thing.
And then after that, you also had like the Respectinize Volume 1 and 2.
No, that was before that.
Oh,
That
was it before it?
I was on my Smoke DZA shit.
Oh, okay.
And then, Respectinize 1 and 2, I did that, and then it went to Smoking Numbers. I was on my group phase, and now I'm back to Smoke DZA.
Oh,
so,
okay.
yeah.
I found it interesting because like if you look at your discography online, like that stuff's not even in it. So.
Nah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure you could probably find some of that shit around too. I mean,
Right.
Smoking Numbers did a lot of shit for the underground in a small amount of time. So you could probably find some shit.
Lastly, we mentioned how you have a family at home, so obviously they come first. But aside from that, do you consider music your life?
Music is my life, pretty much. It's all in a nutshell. I mean, I go home, and I turn into Dad and Sean, but I still got to do something with music. I get a
Right.
phone call and I'm out.
Gotta stay on it.
I gotta stay on.
Well, and part of the reason I asked that is because again, my site is musicsmylife.com.
Music
so.
Music is definitely my life.
There you
It
go.
plays a big role in every day.
Smoke DZA, thank you so much for your time, man. It was great chatting with you.
Great chatting with you. You knew a lot of fucking interesting fun facts
Thank you.
on a Kushed God. But yeah, music is my life.
Anything else you want to say to the people out there watching?
Go buy Rugby Thompson. Download Coney. It's free. Follow me at Smoke DZA. Jet Life RFC 911. We out here. Right.
Thanks, man. Sorry again for the hassle. Appreciate it.